San Pedro La Laguna on Lake Atitlan is a town that mixes Mayan culture, backpacker energy and volcanic scenery.
We are in San Pedro and that is La Laguna.
It's a wild place, and at one point I was even given a horse. It's famous for coffee farms, Spanish schools and epic hikes, plus cafes, bars and sunsets. Here's 48 hours with all of the best things in this buzzing lakeside spot.
We've arrived into San Pedro La Laguna in Lake Atitlan and it is absolutely beautiful here. We actually arrived last night. We actually had some great food at a pita place nearby, which I would definitely recommend. We woke up this morning in our Airbnb, which has these panoramic views over San Pedro.
Our first stop was Vista de Pajaro, Spanish for bird's eye view. These bright painted stairs lead up to a lookout over San Pedro, a great way to get a lay of the land.
Sam's struggling with her legs after the big hiking over the last few days.
They're tucked away in a local neighborhood and were painted by an artist named Walter.
This viewpoint, Vista de Pajaro, it was absolutely incredible. It's run by an artist called Walter, who's painted the steps coming up here, and has also painted the whole viewpoint and the room, and there's loads of really cool spots to see, admire his work, take photos. He's also such a sweet guy, and when you leave, he asks you to write your name on the wall and leave a message. We wrote our names and location to a sign that we've been here. So if you do end up coming here, have a look for our names on the wall. And if you do, I would love to see it. Drop a comment on this video or find me on Instagram and send me a picture of it. I would just love to see if someone has watched this video and then they've actually seen our names on the wall. That would be so cool. Even just walking around San Pedro is really cool. Like the back streets feel super local. The streets are also really colourful as well. There's street art everywhere, different cool signs, and these little colourful tuk-tuks flying around. First stop is Cotuc Mayan specialty coffee. Apparently the best cup of coffee in San Pedro. We have to try it out.
The coffee in Guatemala is some of the best in the world, and Lake Atitlan is famous for it.
So I'm told by the owner that actually the coffee here is grown on their own coffee farms. They've got 3 different types of beans as options. And I was like, which one do you recommend? And he said I would try one of the more exotic ones. So they had one called bourbon. I do like a bourbon. So we've gone for the bourbon blend. I think one of the best we've had in Guatemala so far.
We'd heard of a famous hike nearby, so whilst walking into town, we popped into a travel agent to book transport.
Just booked to go do the Indian nose hike tomorrow, and we get picked up at 4 a.m. and we get driven straight there.
Now you can do it yourself as well, but from what I've read online, you need to pay an entrance fee when you get up there anyway. You've got to find a taxi to the start point. So instead we booked a group trip with like a local travel agency, which we like to do as well.
Fueled on coffee, it was time for food. We were told about a spot that does a great almond croissant. We had to check it out.
Almond croissant?
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
You can really feel the hippie alternative energy around the lake.
Sam, after our Acatenango hike, has got really bad DOMs, so her legs are hurting a lot, so she's gone for a massage this afternoon. So I've got a bit of time. I think I'm going to get a smoothie because there's a lot of nice fresh fruit and juice around here. But also on the way we passed this guy with a horse, and he was like, oh, do you want to go on the horse? We can go into the forest and do this trip, and it's meant to be really scenic. And originally we passed it and I didn't think anything of it, but then now I've got some time, I'm thinking it actually would be really cool to go on this South American horse into this forest with this guy. And so I'm going to see if I can find him again. I've got my juice by walking on basically what is the high street of San Pedro. And there's loads of shops here, loads of clothes shops, food places, juice bars. You can definitely tell there's kind of backpacker vibe, but also a kind of naturalist / hippie vibe as well. There's people selling clothes like this.
I headed through town to the ranch to see if I could find the Horseman Pedro.
So I am here in San Pedro and we are going on a little horseback ride through the forest.
Pedro prepared a horse for me called Romina, and I set off with his niece as a guide.
¿Cómo te llamas? Leia. Okay. Kiran. Yeah.
We carved through the tight streets of town to the outskirts.
Feels surreal, like you're in a western, to be riding these tiny streets on a horse.
It honestly felt like something out of a video game.
That's pretty cool, actually. Feels very remote.
We were with two guys who'd never ridden a horse before, and when we reached the edge of town, Pedro's niece turned to me and said, "You look like you can ride. You can just go off if you want."
And I have this horse now and I'm riding it around the lake.
So off I headed around the lake and through the forest.
This is just absolutely wild. I'm riding through the forests of Guatemala around the lake next to San Pedro on my horse. There is no one else around. Look at this, me, horse, no one.
And I thought, one, why did they trust me with this horse? And two, this is what travelling is all about, immersing in a new culture.
This is just mental. I feel like an actual cowboy.
Back in town, I met up with Sam, who had her new nails.
How was it?
Really nice.
Oh, you got your nails done.
After 6 months.
Then it was time for food again. Anafres was the spot.
Which is an Indian fusion restaurant. I don't know what the fusion's with. Maybe Indian fusion Guatemalan. That would be cool. Got fondue.
Fondue.
We have to have it. So we've gone for this bira ramen, which is a fusion between Mexican and Japanese. And it comes with tacos. And for starter, we've gone for cheese fondue, but with Indian spices, like a Indian cheese fondue. And we've also gone for 2 lassis, a pineapple lassi and a passion fruit lassi. This food sounds absolutely wild, and I can't wait to try it. Passion fruit's really sweet.
This was one of the best but most unhealthy meals of the trip so far.
And it tastes like pav bhaji put on top of melted cheese, which is incredible. It is so cheesy as well. Cheesy, beanu, lime, beans inside. Red to think how many calories this has got inside. The noodles taste like Maggi noodles.
Is it?
Yeah, they're so soft. I don't know, it tastes a bit Indian.
Yeah.
Indian, Japanese, Mexican, everything together.
So nice. Serious Indian fusion, isn't it?
On the way home, we checked out a bar called Sublime. There's a pretty crazy sign, which you'll see, and then hailed a tuk-tuk where there was 2 other people sitting inside, but they were like, fine, you can also come, the Guatemalan way, and slept early for the big start the next day.
.4 a.m. and we are waiting outside our Airbnb with the shuttle to pick us up for the Indian nose hike. What's really funny is that we went to bed early so we could get up early to do this hike. But when we got up, about 3:30, there's still music from town, we can still hear it. And so there's people still partying here at 3:30 in the morning.
It definitely is a party place, and we slept to the sweet sound of Shumpul.
We were picked up street side at 4 a.m. and taken by bus to the head of the lake. Everyone on board was already asleep.
We have been dropped off in this place. Don't really know where because it's quite dark. That one following our guide called William up this mountain. He said it's going to take 45 minutes to the sunrise point. These dogs are right in the way.
This was probably one of the weirdest hikes I've ever done. It was so early, none of us knew each other, and there wasn't really much talking. Just zigzagging up the steps in the dark.
We're walking up. Can't really see anything because it's very dark, so I have no idea what the view's like, but what's promising is our guide is holding a big bag of pastries, which looks very nice.
It was pitch black, but we had our head torches. Too hot with a jacket, too cold without, and the hike was short but steep.
A lot of stairs up to the top, it seems.
Step after step in the dark. Until finally, we made it to the top where there was a big pot of hot chocolate on the stove like in a fairy tale. The top is really a strange scene. Benches lined up facing the sunrise and the lake, and everyone sits in the dark, waiting.
And at the moment it is completely dark and we're here like an hour before sunrise.
Yeah, so it's the way of going now, isn't it?
But it's pretty nice. Looks like clear days, hopefully a nice sunrise.
We definitely got there way too early. You're even given a piece of bread and a hot chocolate while you wait. Like we're on a quest through Middle-earth. The view here was incredible of the whole lake. The little lit towns dotting the shore and the volcanoes coming into view as the sun started to rise. A few hours of waiting later and the sun slowly started to peak up. And what a view it was.
The sun has finally arrived.
Sam even explained what she said to the nail lady yesterday with her little Spanish.
Gel nails?
gel manicure, pedicure, por favor. See? 250 Guatemalan thingies.
We headed back to our place for a quick shower and then out again, to San Juan, just a short tuk-tuk ride away from San Pedro. And yes, technically it's a different town, but it's so close I'm including it in this video.
San Juan is actually really close to San Pedro, so in a tuk-tuk it only took us about 5 minutes. And actually when we hailed the tuk-tuk, we already had people in, and he was like, you can jump in. So it was even cheaper for us because we rode with another person.
The first stop in San Juan was Nativo for brunch and good coffee. Perfect fuel after a sunrise hike.
Americano here is just ridiculously smooth in Guatemala.
I've gone for something a little bit different. I've never seen it on a menu before, and it's Oreo latte.
This food looks amazing. Its breakfast is absolutely delicious, and its honey is so spicy.
My kind of breakfast.
San Juan is unbelievably colourful. The buildings are painted insane colours and the main street is full of art. Murals, painted floors, even pieces hanging overhead.
This street is one of the most colourful places I've ever been in my life. And the painting is just on the floor. There's people walking on it. It almost feels like you shouldn't be walking.
In a gym on the main street, we even spotted a game of Pok-Ta-Pok, a traditional Mesoamerican ball game where you can only hit the ball with your hip, thigh or forearm. It was once linked to religious ceremonies and it's mesmerising to watch. On the streets, there are loads of incredible art shops.
And we've been into a lot of them, but by far this one has been my favourite, by an artist called Alix, and at the top it says Alix Arte, and he has loads of really interesting interpretations of corn. One, they love to paint corn here, you'll see corn paintings everywhere, but he has really abstract ways of painting corn that I think are just really interesting and worth checking out. We are really enjoying the outdoor market bit, which is covered by these really colourful umbrellas.
Next we visited the Mayan bees. Now these are famous because they are domesticated and stingless.
There's loads of different types of Mayan bees, and there's these tiny ones, like the tiniest bees that I've ever seen in my life,
They
like
look like
mosquito
pets,
size.
don't they?
Yeah.
It's a place where you can taste lots of different honeys for free, and you guys know where there's free honey, I'm there.
We tasted 12 honeys. It was probably a bit too much honey. And then we tasted a little honey wine as well.
Our guide gave us a great tour and honestly looked about 12 years old.
So that bee is always there waiting at that hole? Wow.
And these ones don't sting.
Yeah.
But
They bite.
the bite is worse.
Yeah, it's like a pinch.
Have you been bitten by the bees before?
Yeah, every day.
Our first stop on Lake Atitlan, San Pedro, has been incredible. From hikes with views to Wild West-style horse rides across the lake to awesome food and coffee and colourful Central American streets, you can really feel the indigenous culture here. Make sure you subscribe because the next thing we're doing is heading across the lake and you don't want to miss it.